Happy Peeps, Suzanne here today for Scale It Down, a series where Simone and I are trying to show you how to use your traveler's notebooks for memory keeping. And this month we are working on large photos. So that is the spread that I created, and I actually used my Clique Kits Traveler's Notebook kit. I am guest designing for Clique Kits this month, and I am using that as well as this stamp set that is from Feed Your Craft. I printed my picture. This is a picture of my shadow and my sun shadow when we were at a theme park recently. We were at Cedar Point, and I printed the picture 4 by 8. Now I print at home, so I actually printed on an 8 by 10 piece of paper and then threw in some extra pictures for something else that I wanted to scrap, and then just trimmed the picture down 8 inches wide so that it would fit in my 4 1/4 by 8 1/4 notebook with a little bit of a border all the way around. I then used 2 pieces of pattern paper that I leafed through from the Maggie's Homes collection that is found in this kit, and I knew that I had those. Do you see those letter stickers that are over on the right hand side there? Those are from Pretty Little Studio, and I knew I wanted to use the colors that were in that, and I wanted to incorporate some pink or some peachy color, some orangey color into the black and the teal aqua colors that I had going on in the embellishments that I picked up. So I found a piece of pattern paper that had that blue and teal as well as the black that I had that was the main color from the shadow, and that was what was going to frame my right hand side of the page. My left hand side of the page was entirely this photo, but in order to pull some color from the right hand side into the left hand side, I used that stamp from Feed Your Craft, and I stamped Summer Memories in there. And I am going to use a little bit of embellishment from that as well to just sort of jazz that up a little bit. So then on the right hand side of the page, I have that pocket that came from the kit, as well as some of the ephemera that is from the die cut pack. And I just chose those pieces again because they have those pops of the teal color that match that title that I want to use. I do need to trim down that 6 by 6 piece of paper because I want essentially a header and a footer that are going to surround the top and the bottom of that pocket there. And just by putting the header and the footer, I equal the height of the right hand page to that large photo there, and I create balance from the right page to the left page. So I am going to find a thicker piece for the top because you've got that white on the top of the pocket that needs balancing, and then a thinner piece for the bottom, and again because I don't have that space and that gap that needs to be filled, and that's how I balance the side of the page there with the different widths of the paper. So really this is a fairly simple spread in that I'm just going to go ahead and adhere the photo down. Literally all I do is use my Scotch Quick, it's not quick, my Scotch ATG gun, and I'm going to adhere that paper to the photo to the left hand side, and then I'm going to put the header at the top. And again, just with that small 1/4 inch selvage, it's not even a full 1/4 inch because the width of the paper is 4 inches, and then the width of the page is 4 1/4. So it's half of a 1/4, so an 1/8 around the top of each of those headers and footers. And then the pocket is just going to be centered between that space, that negative space between the header and the footer there. And in many ways, that pocket mimics about the same space that my son and I occupy in the photo on the opposite side, so that things just kind of flow contiguously. So there is actually an ephemera piece that is inside the pocket that is nestling the journaling there, and then the title of the page is side Trip. So there's Trip from the sticker, and then I'm going to use gold letter stickers that come from the kit to put inside above Trip. And I am going to do the usual Susanna title shuffle, and you'll see that coming up in a second. So in addition to all of these words, there are lots of really cool little stars and hearts, and I do intersperse them throughout the page just to add a little splash of color to the page, and again to unite. Those are sort of uniting elements by using hearts that are of the same size, just different colors, unite the page. You hear me talk a lot about trios of things. Because of the large photo, I don't really have trios. I have two little clusters of things, and that works just fine. So here I'm using some of the word stickers, and there again, just a little bit of splash of white amongst the darkness to just kind of lighten the page up a little bit. And again, it's that uniting factor. I've got one on the bottom left, one on the top right, and it ties that page together. And this is the completion of the title there. And I am going to use my tweezers and I'm going to shuffle them around because I don't center them equally in the first place. So this is the first part one of a two-part series that Simone and I are going to scrap large photos. Be sure to head over to Simone's channel and see what it is that she does today with large photos. She's back to join me for this Scale It Down collaboration that she and I are working on. I missed her while she was on vacation, so it's great to have her back. I'm actually going to be off on vacation while this posts, although I should be back, but I need to get it done before I go. So this is what I came up with in my pre-vacation vacation, and now we're going to have some other fun memories to put into this traveler's notebook there. So to finish this off, I'm just going to put this little camera there again to add some symmetry. Be sure to head over to Simone's channel, check out what she has to share. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below. Enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care.